Here tomorrow I'm going to do this brisket. I got back from Kroger's. They had bacon on sale, the digital coupon. $2.99 pack of bacon, so free some bacon. There's brisket on sale for $2.99 pound. So I got this for $39. And it is just over 13 pounds, this brisket. I'll tell you what, if you never had brisket, it's awesome. I'm not real experienced doing brisket, but I've done a few. Always had good luck with it, so I'll come back tomorrow. I'll start cutting this up and putting it in the smoker later. Alright, I'm out here and I'm getting my smoker, my grill here, set up to do that brisket. And this here is the water pan I use for the turkey. I got the burners on low. I'm doing just melting the fat back down to the liquid so I can dump this pan out and just use it for water again. But what I did is that turkey fat, I took my wood here, I dipped it in there. So I got my wood chunks in here, dipped in a little bit of turkey fat to give it a little bit of that turkey fat smoke. Not too much, but some. To add some flavor to that brisket. So I thought I'd show you guys that real quick. Alright, so here I have about a 14-pound brisket. I'm just going to do some trim work on this. I want to get a lot of that fat off here. And if you're in a competition barbecue, this has a lot of butcher cuts in it. Not sure why they do that or whatever, but this is not a good brisket for competition because of like that. But no, I don't do competitions, but just throwing that out there. Some of this fat can be saved to, like I showed in other videos, to put above your wood chips or your wood chunks, whatever you use. Get it melted down and get some good white smoke off. Alright, this is the other side. You see there's a lot of fat on this here too. A lot of this will be trimming off. Almost makes you wonder if there's any meat left under here. Alright, this right here, and right in here, this, I do believe, I hope I'm saying this right, because I'm not an expert on brisket, but I do believe this is the separation line between the flat and the point. So I'm going to try and separate that. The brisket's nicely cut up. I got a big piece and a small piece, guessing the flat and the point pretty much. I'm going to start making the rub. Just use some garlic powder. Some cumin. And 2 things of that smoky Montreal steak. And 1 Brazilian steakhouse. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of this barbecue sauce on this, and just like coating all around, it'll help the rub to get to sticking. Definitely have to wash this bottle off now after touching it with raw meat hands. Alright, I'm going to take this out, set it on the smoker, put that season side down, and season the other side. Well, here it is. Missing a little bit of seasoning on the edges, but that's alright. Kind of did it in the dark a little bit. Anyway, I believe that's the point up there, and that's the flat. Hope I'm saying that right and cut it right, but if not, whatever, it is what it is. Spent, I don't know, well over an hour trimming these. They're really nicely trimmed, and hope they turn out good. That's ready to rock and roll. Gonna just do this slow overnight. Probably keep smoker between 170 200, and when I get these to about 200, I'll call them done. But what I want to do is get a little bit of smoke on them, and then I'm going to put them in some pans, like an aluminum foil pan, and then cover them with some beef. Put some beef broth in there and cover them. That way they don't just completely dry out. But a lot of times I don't run a water pan. The reason why I don't run a water pan a lot of times is I want that grease to drip down here in my smoker pan. But I'm not really trying to do that with this. I'm trying to do it slow overnight. So got a water pan. But I might put some, you know what, I'm going to put a rack down here and put some beef fat on there. In case you're wondering just how much fat I've trimmed off that thing. I mean, that's a pile. That's a full-size plate. And there's still stuff in the trash can that I didn't want to save. This is what I'm going to save for putting on the smoker, you know, above the burner pan. I'll show that and be right back. Alright, got the beef fat on there. I just took a few pieces, and my flame went out. Anyway, I'm going to light it again, and that's about it for now. Well, you know what? As soon as I get the smoker set up and get a little bit of smoke coming out that stack, it starts raining. Ain't that a bitch? Well, I'm not going to let it stop me. I got the whole setup on the side of the house. It barely fits under there. Smoker and food will stay dry, but I may not. It is what it is. Alright, at this point, well, you probably can't tell it by the video, but it's like 1:30 in the morning. And they hit about 130 internal temp, so at this point I'm put them on this pan. I'm going to wrap them up, do it low and slow, call it a night. Well, might have another beer. So yeah, I forgot to add Iceman's beef broth. I'll put some of that in there. Not too much, just enough to coat the bottom, basically. Alright, well, after 10:30 in the morning now. And, let's see what the temps are. Oh, here, I'll show you here. They're so close. That's the barbecue 192 and the brisket 190. So I'm gonna get that about 200. So I'm just gonna take a peek and bump the thermometer up or the gas up just a little bit. Water pan's empty, but that's all right. Alright, so I think since there's so much liquid in there, it's like a lot ran out. What I'm going to do is just pull these out. I'm going to set them on the rack and turn the heat up. Maybe get a little bit of bark on there, you know? Alright, well, here they are. I'm going to throw them back in here for a little bit. See if I get some bark on there. Wasn't really intending to get that much liquid in that pan, but we'll get it done. To help get that bark going, I got some more wood in there and the side burner here, and yeah, I'm just gonna dump this on my pan in the smoker, get a little bit of the smoke on there, get some bark going. It's been about a half hour this has been on there. Probably hard to see it, but a little bit of smoke. Anyway, I want to show something here. My temps actually went down on the food. And I don't know, maybe some of you guys wondering, well, why did it go down? Well, I have it in the smoker and I turn the smoker up. That's because I had so much moisture in there in that pan and that brisket. When it's evaporating, it's cooling it, but it'll bounce back up here in a little bit. Well, I didn't quite get them up to temp I wanted, but they're plenty dark enough. That's a little darker than I like it, so I'm just gonna call it good and cut into this and leave good enough alone. Alright, went ahead and pulled these out of the smoker. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this foil back on here like that, and I'm going to set it in this cooler and just let it slowly cool down. Got the brisket out of the cooler. Got it here. I'm going to put it on my cutting board. Can't wait to tear into this. It's still steaming. It's looking pretty good. So, I'll show you. I have a 13-pound brisket. That's what's left. Alright, I'm going to cut this up and I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, there it is. I'm going to point out that the grain is running this way. So I want to cut it. I want to cut it this way. So go across all the fibers. You never want to cut in the direction. You want to separate all those muscle tissues. Anyway, I'll lift this piece up just to show you. That's about what you want right there, that bend. It's looking good. I'm about to try this. Pretty good.